Welcome back to the channel for learning English through real-life stories. Today, you will listen to one of the most touching and inspiring biographical stories, the story of Keanu Reeves. This is not just an ordinary tale, but an emotional journey filled with pain, love, loss, fame, kindness, and quiet strength. Keanu Reeves, the famous star of The Matrix, John Wick, and Speed, is more than just an actor. His life is marked by a series of heartbreaking events: the loss of his father, his daughter, his girlfriend, his best friend, and nearly losing himself. Yet, he quietly stood back up after every fall. He trained relentlessly to become Neo, willingly sacrificed his earnings to help others, and continued to live a humble life like any ordinary person. No drama, no showiness, Keanu chooses to live sincerely and kindly. That's why his story is not only an inspiration but also a meaningful English lesson, helping learners experience the language through emotions and real life. Keanu Reeves is known not only for his roles in blockbuster films like The Matrix, John Wick, and Speed, but also for a life full of challenges and loss. As a child, Keanu faced the departure of his father, whom he never saw again after the age of 3. His mother, a British costume designer, had to shoulder the responsibility of raising Keanu and his sister Kim alone, constantly changing jobs and homes. Their lives were full of turmoil, moving from Beirut to Australia, then New York, and finally settling in Toronto, Canada. Despite growing up in a household lacking in stability and affection, Keanu always found a way to cope with adversity. He lost his best friend and suffered deeply after the deaths of his daughter and girlfriend. But each time he faced loss, Keanu rose again, stronger and more humble. He didn't let sorrow destroy him but continued to live with a compassionate heart, quietly helping the homeless and those in need, without seeking attention or recognition. Keanu Reeves is a renowned movie star not just for his talent but also for his rare humility and kindness. Despite achieving global fame and a brilliant career, he maintains a modest, down-to-earth lifestyle. What makes Keanu unique is how differently he lives from other celebrities. He still takes the subway like any ordinary person, without bodyguards or luxury cars. He stays grounded, even amid massive success. Besides living simply, Keanu is deeply committed to helping those in need. He frequently supports the homeless without cameras or public attention. One of his most admirable actions was rejecting lucrative contracts and donating large sums of money to help others, especially members of his film crews. Keanu is also known for his calm demeanor, quiet personality, and consistent respect for everyone. Thanks to his silent acts of kindness, he has earned the affection not only of fans but also of all who have worked with him. The story of Keanu Reeves is more than just entertaining, it's a powerful English lesson. It's a wonderful opportunity for you not only to learn the language but also to feel the genuine and profound emotions from the life of an incredibly resilient person. Through Keanu's story, you will learn how to understand and connect with English in real-life situations, while expanding your vocabulary. Keanu's life is not only filled with pain and loss but also a testament to inner strength, resilience, and unconditional kindness. His story evokes strong emotions, joy, sorrow, and moments for reflection. In addition, his modest and humble lifestyle helps you learn how to use English in relatable, everyday situations. More than just a language lesson, Keanu's story is an emotional journey that helps you gain deeper insight into human nature, sacrifice, love, and spiritual strength. It's an inspiring story and a wonderful way to enhance your English skills. Keanu Charles Reeves was born on September 2, 1964, in Beirut, Lebanon, to a multicultural family. His mother, Patricia Taylor, is British and worked as a costume designer. His father, Samuel Nowlan Reeves Jr., is Hawaiian with Chinese, Hawaiian, and English ancestry and worked as a geologist. However, Keanu's family life was far from peaceful. When Keanu was just 3 years old, his father left the family and never returned. By the time Keanu was 6, his father had completely disappeared from his life. This left a deep wound in Keanu's heart, as he never saw his father again. After his father left, Keanu's mother had to raise him and his sister Kim on her own. They lived in unstable conditions, moving from Beirut to Australia, then to New York, and finally to Toronto, Canada. Keanu's life was difficult, as his mother went through several marriages and he had to live with different stepfathers, some kind, others not so much, leaving Keanu feeling emotionally deprived and lacking stability. Nevertheless, Keanu always loved and protected his sister Kim. Later, when Kim was diagnosed with cancer, he stood by her side like a true hero. Despite growing up in hardship, Keanu remained resilient and overcame every challenge life threw at him. In 2005, Keanu Reeves once again challenged himself with a deeply profound role in the film Constantine, in which he portrayed John Constantine, a man fighting demons both external and internal. It was a dark, spiritual, and mysterious role, perfectly aligned with the personal experiences and emotions Keanu had faced in his own life. He didn't just play the part, he poured his soul into it, as he understood what it meant to feel like you were living between heaven and hell. Keanu has always been sincere in choosing roles with emotional depth, characters who suffer and struggle, because he knows all too well what pain and loss feel like. He doesn't seek fame or simple roles, he strives to bring meaningful stories to life, where characters lose everything but still rise, fight, and overcome adversity. That's why Keanu chose Constantine, a role that vividly reflects the emotions and experiences of his own life, during a time when he, too, was confronting ghosts from his past and deep loneliness. Despite being one of the most famous and wealthy stars in Hollywood, Keanu Reeves lives a remarkably simple and private life. Rather than indulge in luxury, he maintains a humble lifestyle and is deeply considerate of those around him. He has quietly donated millions of dollars to children's hospitals and supported numerous charities without ever attaching his name to the contributions. Keanu doesn't hesitate to help people in difficult situations. For example, he once left a $20,000 tip for a struggling crew member on set. Additionally, Keanu often spends time with homeless individuals without the presence of cameras. He doesn't do these things for attention, but because he genuinely understands the pain and hardships others endure. When asked about the reason for his generosity, Keanu shared that he has gone through a lot of suffering in his life and wants to help others ease their pain, even just a little. His compassion and kindness have made him a role model, not only in his profession but in the way he lives his life. Keanu Reeves has always been a devoted brother to his family, especially when it comes to caring for his sister, Kim, who battled leukemia for many years. During her treatment, Keanu didn't just support her financially, he spent time by her side, offering emotional support and taking care of her. He spent millions on her medical care and was always there for her, from driving her to the hospital, to cooking meals, and reading to her when she needed comfort. Throughout this time, Keanu never made his actions public. He didn't want attention. Instead, he simply stated that his sister was recovering, and that was all that mattered to him. The way Keanu cared for his sister showed deep sacrifice and unconditional love, but he never sought praise for it. In his eyes, Kim was the real hero, and he was proud to be her support during her toughest moments. Thanks to Keanu's unwavering support, Kim overcame her illness, but Keanu continued to live modestly and quietly, never seeking public recognition. In 2007, even though he had everything most people dream of, wealth, fame, and respect, Keanu Reeves still felt lonely. He didn't attend parties or social events and didn't pursue romantic relationships. Instead, he lived in a small, modest apartment and kept a low profile. He believed that living alone didn't necessarily mean feeling lonely. Keanu said, "Living alone isn't the same as feeling lonely. I like my space." Despite his overwhelming career success, Keanu never felt completely happy. He accepted that life wasn't always full of joy, it was also filled with pain and surprises. For him, the quiet moments, the solitude in his small apartment, and the peace that came from not being bound by societal expectations were what truly mattered. He lived simply and honestly, facing life and its hardships without needing recognition or applause from the outside world. Keanu Reeves found peace and freedom in building and riding custom motorcycles, a great passion in his life. He spent countless hours in his garage, without assistants or cameras, just him, the motorcycle, and his tools. Each motorcycle he created wasn't merely a mode of transportation, it was a work of art he carefully designed and perfected. Keanu enjoyed doing everything by himself, from opening the toolbox to assembling every small part. He believed that each bike carried a piece of his soul. Like people, each one had its own unique character. Riding gave Keanu a sense of freedom, an escape from the noisy, high-pressure world of Hollywood. He once said that when riding, he only felt the engine, the wind, and himself. That was when he felt most free. Motorcycles weren't just a hobby, they were Keanu's way of facing life, fast, dangerous, but also beautiful and meaningful. He found serenity in creating and riding them, and felt free with every journey. In 2011, Keanu embarked on a passionate and artistic project when he met motorcycle engineer Gard Hollinger. The two shared a dream of building a motorcycle brand rooted in artistry, not profit, where each bike would have a unique soul. After 5 years of hard work, endless trials, and redesigns, they founded Arch Motorcycle in 2015. Although each Arch bike costs more than $85,000, for Keanu, it was never about the money. He stated that the goal wasn't profit, but to create works of art on two wheels. Keanu wasn't just a co-founder, he was actively involved in testing and evaluating each model, ensuring that they delivered exceptional performance and feel. Each Arch motorcycle was a fusion of creativity, engineering, and passion, stamped with Keanu's personal mark. To this day, Keanu continues to test ride Arch bikes, occasionally going on long trips through remote hills and mountains, far from Hollywood's chaos. For him, Arch is not just a brand, it's a symbol of passion and freedom.